Hello. All I want to say is $568,500. And if you're wondering why am I sharing this random number, that's exactly how much money my team and I were able to help our real estate development client raise in less than 1 year for a brand new real estate development project. Now, before I get into the how to and all of that, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Maria Lloyd. I am the owner of a marketing firm named Opens Clicks Cash, and I'm also the author of a book titled Words Are Wealth. I'm on a personal mission to help as many small business owners as possible reach their first six figures in business. If that mission resonates with you, I want to invite you to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and please hit that notification bell so that you will be notified when my team and I post brand new content as we do every week, several times a week, may I add. So, with that being said, let's jump into the how to and the step by step on how my team and I were able to help our real estate development client raise over $568,000 in less than a year for their real estate development project. Okay, so I am super excited to walk you through how my team and I helped our real estate development client raise $568,500 in less than 1 year. And this was all done via real estate crowdfunding investing platform. So let's dive in and see how we did it. So, first of all, if you are currently raising funds for a crowdfunding campaign, these are a couple of tools that you want to consider having in your deck. So, the first is, software platforms needed. Of course, a CRM marketing platform, okay? Very important here. As a certified expert with Entreport, of course, we used Entreport with this client, and we use CRM marketing automation software to do the email marketing, the text message marketing, as well as to create landing pages. Okay. So your CRM marketing automation software is extremely important. Be sure to drop a comment in the comment section if you have any questions about the software that we use. Next up, ringless voicemail software. So, this is obviously a platform that you can use to send voicemail messages to cell phones without the cell phones actually having to ring. And then, last but not least, obviously, if you are crowdfunding, you're raising funds for a project or a product, then you need to have a crowdfunding campaign platform that you're using. So that way you can collect those funds and of course the contact information of those who are investing in your project. So, how do you raise awareness? This is very important. If you are in need of funding for a project, if you're crowdfunding, the reason why crowdfunding is an effective tool is because it involves a lot of people, right? You're raising awareness amongst a lot of people who have all agreed collectively, hey, we believe in this, right? And so you've got to know how to raise awareness to get people to look at your crowdfunding campaign and potentially invest. So the way that our client did this is by first contacting his family members and friends. It's very interesting to me how many people ignore this step. Please allow the people who know you best, give them an opportunity to say no first, okay? In legal terms, this is probably referenced as first right of refusal. Give them that opportunity to say no. Don't you say no for them. I mean, unless you intentionally don't want your family and friends to invest, which I don't recommend unless you have a toxic relationship with your friends and family, which would be a little weird. But anyway, I digress. Another thing that our client did is he did podcast interviews. And this is a really great way for you to raise awareness, especially if you focus on podcasts that reach your target audience. Okay. So definitely leverage podcast interviews. Another thing our client did is he hosted some live events. So, with one of the live events, it was actually an in person tour of the property. And this is a great opportunity to give your potential investors the chance to tour or demo your product or service. In this case, the project, which again was a real estate development project. And then the client also hosted some live Q&As and or Ask Me Anythings. One of them was done in person at a local cafe. The other one was done virtually online. And so these just give your potential donors or your potential investors an opportunity to engage you, to get to know you better, and obviously to get to know more about the product or the project that you're pitching to them. Now, obviously, with the first event, the tour of the site, if you weren't in the local area, you probably would not have taken advantage of this, which is why the live Q&A online was essential for that reason. But also, don't sleep. You would be surprised how many people are willing to come and test it out or to see it for themselves before investing. They'll travel to do that. So again, let the folks tell you no, don't cancel them out. Okay? And then of course social media. So my client leveraged social media, not any paid ads, but organic traffic, and focused primarily on platforms where his target audience are congregating. So now, you know the tools, right? So you have the tech deck that we used, and then you also are aware of like the raising awareness part. So how do we kind of put all of this together and make it a successful campaign? And so the way that we do that is by focusing not on what we do, but how we do it. So I am a strong believer in that. It's not what you do, it's how you do it, okay? So the first thing you want to do is be aware of your timing. Timing is of the essence for many reasons. Obviously, when you have a crowdfunding campaign, these things are only available for a limited time. So there's that factor. But also, I believe in striking while the iron is hot, which means we strategically sent emails and text messages at the height of the prospective investors' excitement. Now, what do I mean by the height of their excitement? Well, if they just finished the tour, the in person tour to look at the property, we immediately made sure that, at least about 20 minutes before the tour ended, we send out those promotional text messages as well as emails. Okay. Another example would be during the live, same thing. During the AMA or the live Q&A, we made sure before it ended, we sent out very strategically, very intentionally, we sent out some ringless voicemail messages as well as email and text messages as well. And last but not least, those last minute reminders go a long way. Now, as I mentioned previously, when you have a crowdfunding campaign, of course, those are available only for a limited time. So time is again of the essence. Well, don't sleep on the, need to remind people to invest in your project. I mean, when you're asking for money, it's your responsibility. The onus is on you to ensure that you follow up with these people. Even if they tell you themselves, hey, I'm going to invest in this thing. I'm definitely going to do it. Even if they say that, you still need to take the initiative and follow up with them anyway, because we know life be lifing, right? Things happen, accidents happen, people get sick, folks pass away, whatever the case may be. Something may have distracted your potential investor from actually investing in the project as they intended to. So make sure you do your due diligence by following up with them, and you can do that very easily with automation. That's why CRM marketing automation is so powerful, because there are so many ways that you can very strategically, make sure that you follow up with people. So you'll see in a couple of slides how those last minute reminders definitely go a long way. The next thing is you want to make sure that you simplify your explanation of the project. Okay. So rehearse quick and easy ways to explain the benefits of what your potential investors are gaining as a result of working with you or investing in your project. And then also be open to iterating as you go along. So, while we were working with this client on this project, we noticed certain trends or unexpected responses to things that we were doing. So, obviously, we wanted to do more of that, right? We wanted to optimize and capitalize on those opportunities where we notice, people are really liking this particular email. And with our email copy, we focused on multiple angles. We focused on, fear of missing out. We focused on just explicitly going over the benefits. We focused on trending things that are happening in the space already to further affirm their decision to go ahead and invest in the project. We have many different ways, right? And so, based on the response to that email copy, we would then do more of that, because, hey, if we're noticing that people are responding to this, why wouldn't we, right? So just make sure that you're open to iterating as you're going along, because you're going to find some things that, you didn't know like people would respond the way that they do. So here's just a quick snapshot. Look, proof of concept, I guess, just to show you that, this was the first leg of this campaign. Now, again, this was all done in less than a year. So the way that the client did is he split up the campaign into two different parts. The first part was just merely like, okay, let's just give it a good run. Let's see what happens. Will people respond to it? And people did respond. Of course, once this fund ended, then more people reached out and said, "Oh my gosh, I want to be a part of it. Like, could you please do it again?" So launched it again, and as you can see, was able to, raise an extra 200 plus $1,000. So it was definitely a win. And then just to wrap this up, I grabbed this screenshot, which kind of shows you how, look at how that the graph is like trending upward towards the end of the campaign, right? And this is just the second part of the campaign, but you can see how it trends upward very quickly towards the end as we're getting ready to end the campaign. So again, just further affirming how, those last minute reminders definitely go a long way. So do not sleep on that. So with that being said, that is all that I wanted to share with you. I just wanted to walk you through how we were able to help our client raise over $560,000 for their crowdfunding real estate investing. As always, make sure that you drop your comments and your questions in the chat area or in the comment section below, especially as it relates to any, tools that we use and things like that. We'll be more than happy to share those with you. And as I always say, remember that content is currency and words are wealth. Be sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so that you'll get the notifications whenever we post new content. Peace.